2025, and I'd like to bring the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Spaeth.
Here.
Vice Mayor Chance.
Here.
Councilmember Bennett.
Here.
Councilmember Hackey.
Here.
Councilmember Gibson.
Here.
Councilmember Strickula.
Here.
Mayor Nelson.
Here. If we can all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, City Manager's report. Eric? Oh, I'm sorry, we have to do the minutes first. All right, I need a motion to approve the minutes from the July 14th council meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? Anyone abstain?
I'll abstain, Mayor.
Okay. City Manager's report. I just get so excited for it, you know?
Everyone looks forward to this. First of all, I do want to acknowledge the extra guests that we have in the room here. No, I'm pointing to the large tennis ball. Sorry, that fell flat. This is the week and last week where the city of Mason is on a world stage. This year, probably more than any other, as we're able to help unveil the new expanded tennis center. I hope everyone in the room, I think all of council's had an opportunity to be out there and I think be impressed by the extent and the scope of what's been accomplished as far as the expansion there. And I think all of council deserves some congratulations because it has been 2-3 years of work. The city has been a foundation partner of that effort, and it was a good time to kind of see some of the fruits of that effort and share that literally with the world. $260 million campus transformation. Also wanted to underscore that for the city, it's both a challenge, but as well as an opportunity for the city. We put in place an instant command system, like we talk about with Red Rhythm Boom and snow removal. City's HR Director, Carrie Geiser, has been the instant commander. That's to help handle the scope and scale of responsibilities that the city undertakes to help host the event. Everything from preparing roadways, being on call to assist with traffic, police and fire staffing, making sure that our own front doors are, in shape and presentable for the microscope that we're under during this event with the international media. To help kind of give you some sense of that, I think Jenna has a video presentation she can tell us a little bit about. Maybe cue up.
Sure. So many of you before the meeting began saw the drone footage of the transformation out at the campus, so very exciting. But we also have another video that we wanted to share today. So the city is partnering with Local 12, WKRC, for bringing exclusive coverage to local viewers of the tournament. So we had a unique opportunity to partner with them to showcase a video that highlights our quality of life here in Mason, as well as our world-class amenity and services. So if you're viewing the tournament, watching tennis coverage between matches, you may see this commercial here about the city of Mason.
Welcome to Mason, Ohio, home of the Cincinnati Open. Mason is a regional pace setter, offering world-class services and a high quality of life driven by our strategic economic development efforts. We promote a culture of community wellness through outstanding amenities like the Mason Community Center, Aquatic Center, Grizzly Golf Course, Scenic McKeno Park, and the city-owned world-class Lindner Family Tennis Center.
Come experience Mason, where wellness, competition, and community are more than you imagine.
Reference that this is both a challenge and an opportunity. I think that is evidence of some of the opportunity that this presents for the city to extend the brand and what makes this such a world-class city and capable of hosting such a world-class event. A couple of other items, Mayor. The Market on the Mile, hosted in partnership with MAID CDC in the city, will be back in downtown Mason on Friday, August 15th, September 5th, and September 19th between 5 and 8 p.m. It is held near the downtown plaza in Mason and has proven a very successful addition. On Sunday, August 24th, the city is also partnering with Women Walking West, hosting a community potluck luncheon from 12 to 2 p.m. That'll be held at the Mason Municipal Aquatic Center. The intent is to bring members of the community together to celebrate unique cultures, encouraging participants to bring a unique food dish to meet with other members of the community. On Monday, September 1st, in observance of Labor Day holiday, city offices will be closed. The community center will be on modified hours. They're available through the webpage. Also, the aquatic center is going to back to school hours, adjusting both for to accommodate both our employees as well as different schedules that many of our families have during that time. Details, specifically Labor Day and afterwards, are also available on the website. September 2nd, 2025, as council's aware, marks the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. It is also an opportunity that council, with the Board of Veterans Affairs initiation, to help honor several of those veterans that reside within the city of Mason. So the council that's interested will have opportunities to visit and honor these veterans throughout the day on Tuesday, September 2nd. And then at our council meeting on September 8th, we hope to have a video that will highlight some of those and help to recognize both the anniversary of the end of World War II as well as a tribute video to honor these veterans that are, I would say, probably still great in stature, but diminishing in number as the years come on. Also wanted to highlight this fall, the city is offering a Citizen Safety Academy. This is a 9-week course that provides behind-the-scenes look at both what the City of Mason Fire as well as the City of Mason Police Department do on a daily basis. It is free to Mason residents age 18 and older. Takes place weekly, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. That begins on September 3rd. Any resident interested in learning more about how those departments operate, get some hands-on learning and experience on topics, is welcome to register, and they can do that via the city's website. Another opportunity for council, Saturday, September 13th, Mason Community Players are hosting a special fundraising event that features a special guest, Mason resident in years past, Mark McGrath, who is now, has for many years been performing on Broadway. He began his musical career here as a member of the Mason Community Players and is visiting his hometown in order to perform at a special event that the community players are holding to help raise funding for some of their facility improvements. That event with Mark McGrath begins at 7:30 p.m. At the Mason Community Playhouse. If council would like to support that by sponsoring a table, it would be appropriate to acknowledge that via motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed?
Any council members interested in attending that, please let Jenna or I know. Next, just by way of reminder, Saturday, September 20th, downtown Mason again hosts the annual Heritage Festival and Parade. The parade begins at 3 p.m., starts here at the Municipal Center, and then travels into downtown Mason. The festival then begins immediately following that at 4 p.m. I think all of council is well familiar with the parade, the events and the opportunities there downtown, live music, kids activities, cultural performances, and more. And then it concludes with a drone show at 9:45 p.m. Also, by way of reminder, council has a work session on August 25th at 6 p.m. And bear with me one moment, there is a liquor permit. Disappointing how ill-prepared I am. People were supposed to laugh at that and say you're okay, but.
You're good.
Do you have the permit? Then embarrassing to have a council member be more prepared than me. This liquor permit is for Marine Incorporated doing business as Marion's Pizza. It is a D51, a D5I, which is spirituous liquor for on-premises consumption only, beer and wine for on-premises and off-premises, in original sealed containers until 2:30 a.m. Council can request a hearing or not request a hearing, and do that via motion.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion to not request a hearing.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed?
Thank you, Mayor. That's all I have.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. All right, next is recognition of visitors. Would anyone like to address the podium? Okay, go ahead. Just a reminder, we do have a 5-minute time limit, and when you get to the podium, if you could please state your name and your address.
Thank you, Mason Mayor, Council, citizens, Brother Stephen Gerard Sidlowski. My voting address happens to be 1109 West 8th Street, Lorain, Ohio, the Queen City. I'm sorry, the International City. I'd like to open first off with Holy Scripture. Today is the feast day of St. Clair also, and I'm a Third Order Franciscan. And so I'd like to open up with Holy Scripture, and that happens to be Isaiah 44:24. This is what the Lord says: He who made you, who formed you in the womb, and who will help you. This is what the Lord says, your Redeemer who formed you in the womb. I am the Lord, the maker of all things, who stretches out the heavens, who spreads out the earth by myself. Well, thank you for having me again. I think I spoke last month. Since then, I've been to Indiana, Terre Haute, Indianapolis, and now I'm back in Ohio. And yes, I continue to amplify a new possibility in America. I call it the USA Personhood Two-Step. I call it the two-step for a couple reasons. I used to teach country western dance, so it kind of connects with that. But I have presented information, I think, to your city clerk to give all to you when I spoke last month. And it's my hopes and prayers that even the citizens will help you amplify it. You can imagine that, my goodness, you can pass a personhood resolution. I take a lot of my energy and research all over the country, and I've compiled it all to all of you, and I've delivered to you this wonderful resolution, and that would be the USA Personhood Step 1, and I'm hoping you would consider passing this resolution even possibly by Christmas, okay? And finally, the USA Personhood Two-Step, Step 2, you have a city charter. And what's fascinating is that your charter is governed, of course, also by the citizens. And my research has also provided language for your preamble of your charter. And what's exciting today is we can now have permanent personhood pro-life cities. And I believe that your citizens will actually vote it in. I've done some demographical analysis. I have taught at the University of Cincinnati in the Department of Mathematical Sciences, and I taught statistical analysis and calculus. And I believe your city is ripe to be one of the first cities in the United States, if you so choose, to establish and make yourself a permanent pro-life personhood city. That would be an exciting time. I'd love all these little babies to be safe and born in the city so they can grow up and possibly enter into your tennis tournament. That would be really special. So I've given you those things. I would like to just, for the record, now read the potential language that can go in your city charter as a preamble covenant. Okay? And I just have to find the paperwork. Here it is. So your charter, I think, already has a preamble, but you can add the following to the preamble of your charter. It would say, in municipal covenants, we the people of Mason do hereby ordain and establish the following charter with God our Creator, with divine guidance for equality to all. We express our beliefs and convey our trusts so that its concepts shall long endure in perpetuity with regard to, this language has never been put in a charter, but it can now be put in a charter, with regard to creation, conception, preborn personhood, birth, public safety, and without regard to age, race, color, sex, marital status, disability, handicap, religion, ancestry, or national origin conferred by the U.S. Constitution. I know I have to close it out now. Thank you for your wonderful listening ears. I know you love your city dearly. God bless you all. I hope I can interact with each and every one of you down the road too. Thank you for your great love of Mason.
All right, thank you. Is there anyone else that would like to come to the podium? You can go ahead.
I'm Esther Grubbs, 6422 Turnberry Court. I just want to say what a delight it was opening up the Center Point this month and seeing the city manager's report. What a nice thing to do to honor that young man. That's all.
Okay. Thank you for speaking.
My name is Shar Pelfrey, 5499 Mason Road. Greetings, Mayor. I'm sorry. My name is Shar Pelfrey, 5499 Mason Road. Greetings, Mayor, Council, and those in the gallery and listening online. My background, I served on Mason City Council for 16 years as mayor and vice mayor, chair of Mason's Bicentennial Committee, 16 years as the secretary of Mason's Veterans Memorial Committee and chair of Safety Services. Supporting Mason's Police, Fire, and EMS, I served on the Historical Society, the Park Board, and the 2004 Parks Master Plan Development. I also served 16 years as the chair of Mason's Downtown Committee, along with many other great community leaders. I have poured thousands of hours into the city and I have zero regrets. Relevant to this evening, I am the family representative for the Gould Averbeck family in all matters regarding Gould Park and answer to them, and also to the Gould Park Committee. Our family moved beside Richard and Eleanor Gould and their beautiful 50-acre farm in 1992. A strong bond developed between us to this day. And we completely understand the reverence and respect that the Gould family has for their historical land and their desire to protect it. The Gould family purchased the land from William Mason's granddaughter. Before the early settlers, the farm was hunting grounds for the Hopewell and Miami Native Americans. Eleanor sold the 50 acres to the city in 2001 with restrictions ensuring that the land would be forever preserved and protected. She intended for the neighbors and the community at large to love and cherish it just as they did. We anticipated Gould Park development shortly after that in 2004. The Gould Averbeck family are still very much active in the Gould Park matters. The city is continually developing a culture of wellness, and with Gould Park so central, it will provide a variety of wellness, passive recreation opportunities. The design of Gould Park will finally do for Mason's downtown what no other downtown plan can do, and that is bring Mason's residents into downtown on a bike or on their feet. Neighbors could come in, utilize every service available and walk back home without one car. This is especially critical because of Mason's narrow two-lane streets, plagued often with traffic backups. Moving forward, November 1st, 2023, Council unanimously passed Ordinance 2023-88, directing and authorizing the City Manager and Finance Director to commence funding and the development for 2023 Gould Park development, in accordance with the Gould Family Trust Contract, Deed Covenants and Restrictions, and the 2004 Parks Master Plan. Mr. Hanson then stated the process for recreation system planning will be the end of the year, which was 2023, inventory needs assessment RFP for qualified consultants, bring that to council. Scope would include system-wide needs assessment with special focus on Gould Park. He further stated that the RFP would be completed for proposal, require another vote from council, and council should watch for another vote within 3 to 6 months in 2024. That should have been completed in June of 2024 at the latest. It was unanimously voted upon by then Mayor Spaeth, who said she was excited to finally see this move forward, and we appreciated that. And council members Nelson, Sturkilla, Hackey, Grossman, Bradburn, and Chance. No further comment or questions were made to Mr. Hanson's comments or the ordinance itself. The council chambers were packed with residents, and the Gould Park Committee now has over 100 households receiving current Gould Park information, and many more now who will be active and are listening even this evening. For council and those in attendance, many now listening because of the Gould Park topic, a city ordinance is a legally binding document to the residents of the city, the same as a state law to the state, not subject to council changeover or political alliances or persuasions. I'd also like to remind council that oftentimes major decisions on council in my 16 years of experience were passed with a 4-3 vote. Not always unanimous. The city manager is required to fulfill the ordinance requirements in a timely manner. So we are curious, I'm saying, why today's August 11th council business write-up regarding Gould Park, late by almost 2 years, stated that there is an interest from the park's neighboring residential community to have this park developed, which is true, without mentioning the elephant in the room, Ordinance 2023-88. We have concerns about that write-up and hope that future conversation doesn't lead people to believe that Gould Park is under consideration, that it is not buried under current and futuristic park processes. Mason's parks, like all parks, will always require continual attention, finances, and updates. Mason will never be done with our park maintenance and upkeep. We sincerely want to thank Mayor Nelson and Councilmember Joy Bennett for their help and look forward to the August 25th, 6 p.m. work session regarding Gould Park. And thank you.
Thank you. Would anyone else like to speak? No? Okay. Next on the agenda is Resolution 2025-16. I need a motion to read by title only.
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed?
Adopting the Warren County Hazard Mitigation 5-year Plan Update.
Jenna?
Thank you, Mayor. Before you tonight is a resolution to adopt the Warren County Hazard Mitigation 5-year Plan Update. For the past 30 years, the city and the Warren County Emergency Management Agency, also known as the Warren County EMA, have been collaborating on various emergency management and planning initiatives. This ongoing partnership and collaboration with Warren County EMA has provided the city with the ability to leverage county and state resources in order to develop emergency management plans that can be challenging for individual local jurisdictions to manage on their own. One example of this type of collaboration is the creation and updating of the County Hazard Mitigation Plan. This plan represents the county and city's commitment to reduce risks from natural or man-made hazards and serves as a guide for decision makers as they commit resources to reducing the effects of natural or man-made hazards. FEMA requires all local jurisdictions to have a hazard mitigation plan in place, as well as be reviewing and revising this plan every 10 years. Without a hazard mitigation plan, the city would be ineligible to receive federal hazard mitigation grant funding or recovery funding if a disaster were to occur. Warren County EMA has been leading the efforts since January to update the plan, and the city staff have been active participants throughout the process. The update process was a valuable exercise for the city to review its assets and vulnerabilities, as well as evaluate our preparedness for hazardous events. Resolution 2025-16 recognizes the City of Mason's support in adopting updates to the Warren County Hazard Mitigation 5-year plan, and it is recommended for adoption. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
All right, thank you. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
Any council discussion? Okay. Roll call, please.
Vice Mayor Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bennett?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gibson?
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Spaeth?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-62. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved.
All in favor? Any opposed?
Authorizing the city manager to prepare and submit applications to participate in the Ohio Public Works Commission State Capital Improvement and/or local transportation improvement programs, and to execute contracts as required.
Okay. Eric?
Thank you, Mayor. I'll be brief here. Kurt can fill you in on details in these projects. I'd like to address two ordinances, though, for sake of time and avoid engineering if we can. Issue 2, commonly referred to as Issue 2, is a state program that voters approve that focuses on returning local tax dollars collected through the state back to localities, specifically for infrastructure capitals such as road, wastewater, bridges. The city, despite a couple of disadvantages in the scoring, having to do with the affluence of Mason, has a strong track record of bringing these funds back to the city. What's before you in Ordinance 2025-62 is 2 proposed applications for what's called Program Year 40, which is 2026. And those 2 projects would be Kings Mills Road improvement in order to reconstruct Kings Mills Road from downtown, from 42 down to the bridge at the Muddy Creek, really to rebuild the roadway there with a focus on the walkability and to improve the sidewalks, create sidewalks. There's some narrow right-of-way in the area, but to help to improve drainage, bring some better walkability with sidewalks within the existing right-of-way. The application proposed would be to fund $700,000 of the estimated $1.5 million construction costs. Second is a bit new application for the City of Mason, looking to apply for funds to mill and resurface Cedar Village Drive, as well as Snyder Road from the corporation limit to Western Road Road. We typically haven't had success or aggressively sought to locate dollars for repaving projects, but found an opportunity here with the scoring criteria for the program and the condition of these roads that we may be able to succeed in securing $500,000 for $1 million proposed projects to resurface those roadways. Ordinance 2025-62 authorizes the city to prepare and submit application to participate in the program to seek those funds. Ordinance 2025-63 is for a project that has already received funding. It is a partnership between Warren County and the City of Mason for a roundabout at Bethany Road, Hudson Hill Lanes, and Malampy Creek Lane. This project has been in the works for a while. The majority of it lays in Warren County. They are taking the lead on that project, but one leg of it does exist in the City of Mason. We were able to partner, which is very favorable in the scoring of these projects, in order to improve that intersection with a roundabout. The city's participation would be about just over $300,000, and then staff would be participating in joint reviews of the project with Warren County. What Ordinance 2025-63 authorizes a cooperative agreement between the city and the Warren County Commissioners for this project in order to allow it to move forward. Both ordinances, 2025-62 and 63, to return these tax dollars to the City of Mason are recommended for adoption.
Okay, great. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved. Second.
Any council discussion?
Mayor,
Yes.
just real quick, I'm really excited to see this. I used to live in Crooked Tree, and after some changes, I had to come out through the Hudson Hills intersection on a regular basis, and that was, let's say, exciting to say the least, especially at about 7 o'clock in the morning when high school kids in the neighborhood are trying to get out onto Bethany and all that traffic. It was, you know, inexperienced drivers in a very dangerous situation. So this is long overdue, and I'm very excited to see this coming. So thank you.
Yes.
I'm also really excited, especially about the Kings Mill Road improvement and the walkability there. I know that's something that's actually was presented as part of the Mason Mile project plan, and look at us actually being ahead of the curve. I did have a question about that. What is the power line situation there, and will there be a chance to bury any in this project?
I can answer that for you, Eric, if you want. There is probably an opportunity. We would have to talk with Duke, but our estimate would be very, very low if we were going to take that on with the project. The project that we're considering here is just to relocate the existing poles back if needed, or possibly put the sidewalk on the back side of the poles if they could stay in their current location. So we didn't factor in putting that underground.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, roll call, please.
Mayor, I just might add with Kurt's, burying utilities is typically, you want to do a large project in order to both accommodate the utilities as well as the economies of scale, and doing it piecemeal probably would not be cost effective. Not that doing it large scale is cost effective either, but it is better, easier to handle on a larger scale.
All right, roll call, please.
Councilmember Bennett?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gibson?
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chance?
Yes.
All right, ordinance 2025-63. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed?
Authorizing the city manager to enter into a cooperative agreement with the Warren County Commissioners to submit an application for the Ohio Public Works Commission District 10 grant for the Bethany Road, Hudson Hills Lane, and Malampy Creek Lane intersection improvement project.
All right, I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
Moved. Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Any council discussion? All right, roll call?
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gibson?
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bennett?
Yes.
Ordinance 2025-64. I need a motion to read by title only.
So moved.
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed?
An ordinance accepting the proposal for design of the East Downtown Parking Lot Project from Choice One Engineering Corporation in the amount not to exceed fee of $78,930, and authorizing the city manager to execute contract documents.
All right, Kurt?
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. This is a project that's really started being discussed about a year ago with a sketch showing a concept for expanding city parking behind Mason Grill on the East Main area of downtown. The MAID CDC took that and updated the sketch. They showcased really what could be done with that parking lot with things like food trucks, a farmer's market, and in addition to providing additional parking downtown. What the committee asked us to do back in March was to put a proposal together and get pricing for design of the project, which we did. We sent out an LOI. We got 2 engineering firms to reply and selected Choice One to negotiate a contract with. That's the contract that's before you tonight. We also have, in the meantime, had the MAID CDC's efforts for the downtown master plan also showed parking in that same location. So I think that's with both of the firms working in the downtown area agree that parking makes sense there. They were slightly different layouts, which would not impact the proposal. So the committee recommended going ahead and taking the design contract to all of council for consideration. This design would include things like looking at the stormwater offsets that would happen with adding additional impervious area out there, utilities for things like if we wanted to set the restroom trailer out there, we would have hookups built into it so it could easily be brought out there, potential water tap for the same usage, and things like that, along with the grading of the site. So the base fee was just over $68,000. There was a couple of, if authorized, additions, which included the electric for potential lighting of the parking lot. And so we added a $10,000 contingency to that base fee amount in the ordinance that you see tonight before you. CDC would obviously be involved in the design along with council and selecting. What we would do is have choice one come up with, they'll take the two concepts that we have from the CDC, create actual buildable design from those concept plans. Once we have the topography out there and the property lines established, we can see what kind of a layout would work well and blend those two concepts together, I think. With that, the timeline, I would say we probably could have the design of the parking lot done by the end of the year, and the goal would be to have some solid estimates for cost estimates for the budget for 2026, and then be something that we would construct next year if council desired. So they, during some of the downtown committee meetings, we also discussed should we design the whole thing and then build it in pieces, and that could still be done. This design would be for the entire parking lot, and then it could be, you know, maybe if we decide to break it out into certain pieces, that could be done as well in the future. So with that, the ordinance 2025-64 authorizes the city manager to execute the contract, as I said, for the total not to exceed just over $78,000, and is recommended for adoption by the Downtown Committee of Council. And I'll answer any questions you might have.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion to suspend the rule and allow for adoption after the first reading.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? I need a motion to adopt.
So moved.
Council discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Councilmember Gibson,
Yes.
Councilmember Stricula,
Yes.
Mayor Nelson,
Yes.
Councilmember Spate,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chance, Councilmember Bennett,
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey.
Yes.
All right, next we are on to committee reports. And I just, I wanted to say we did have a small business committee and as well as a arts and cultural. And I thought it would be great to let one of our committee members give the report for this month.
That sounds like me.
That would be you.
All right. So we met in mid-July for both the Arts and Culture Committee and the Small Business Committee. And we reviewed a number of plans and talked about the Gould Park project. I updated the committee about a conversation that I had with the park board, since I represent our council at the park board. And that group was very excited about the prospect. They really liked the plans. We showed the different concepts that we've been working through. One of their biggest questions was around timing. How do we actually make progress on these things? They feel like we've been talking about park updates and maintenance and all of that for a really long time. I was glad to see there was an update with some timing in our packets about getting a master plan together in the next few months. So that will be a good update to bring back to park board. They're definitely interested in getting engaged and would like to work on a project. So I think they'll be a really good partner to work on this. We did ask staff to move forward with writing an RFP for the Gould Park project. I know we were hoping for tomorrow. I don't think we'll have it tomorrow, but maybe you'll surprise us. We also talked about upgrades to Heritage Oak in a phased approach and asked for a phase plan for that as well. It's quite a bit to do everything all at once, like $24 million, and that was an estimate from years ago. We know it's more than that now. But we asked for the staff to work on a plan that would show what would make sense as far as breaking it into pieces so we could take it a piece at a time and do that in a really thoughtful way. And then we did also get an update on the plan and budget proposals from the Mason Symphony Orchestra for the next 2 years. And they have some really exciting plans in the works, including bringing the Violins of Hope here, which is going to be just a really neat event. So that's the Arts and Culture Committee. And then in the Small Business Committee, we talked about our Community Impact Award. We were receiving and soliciting nominations for businesses through August 1st. We'll find out tomorrow how many we received. And we made the decision as a committee to change the way that we award these. We had presented last year's award during the Made Chambers Awards event. And in discussion, we agreed that it would be a good idea for us to do that kind of presentation in our own event. And Heritage Festival seems like a really great opportunity to highlight these businesses that are making a big impact in our community, really expose them and the work that they do to more of our community members in a really positive way. So we're excited to work on plans for that. And then we got a little bit more information. So Duke Energy has awarded us or agreed to partner with us to do a small business grant program. And so the beginnings of organizing that and figuring out what are the criteria for small businesses to apply for this grant funding, how is that actually going to work, that's in the works now. Duke will send the funds to the Warren County Foundation, and then they will go from there to our grant recipients. And we will, I have written down that we will be awarding that in the November meeting, but I'm not sure if it's this, is it our council meeting that will be awarding those?
Yes.
Okay, yes. And then there were a couple of updates. So staff has been working on a small business guide to try to make it much simpler and easier for folks to understand how to start or move a business into Mason if you aren't a large company with a legal team and experts who do this all the time. It's not easy if you're doing it for the first time. So staff's put together a really helpful small business guide that is now available on the website. If you go to the business navigation, there's a link straight there to that guide. They've also created cards and updated some of the paperwork and forms so that that goes to anyone who's requesting a zoning permit or occupancy, have questions about that. And then there's also information and I think a link in the online portal, which I believe all of our permit stuff has moved to an online process. So that information about the small business guide is now there as well. So we've talked a lot about how hard it is to figure out or to identify people who are in the beginning stages, you know, before they've signed a lease or before they've made any kind of commitment. It's really hard to find them to say, here are all the questions you really need to ask. But this is some progress towards making that a little bit easier to find.
That was a very good committee report. Thank you. Does anyone else have a committee report? Yes, Councilmember Hackey.
Thank you. We had a downtown committee meeting as well. Vast majority of the time was talking about the draft of the master plan that has been presented to the public, and it's very exciting. We're coming close to the finish line. Next step is finalizing that, and then working on the zoning to support it. And just very excited to see us finally getting to this point. Speaking of the master plan draft, they had open houses, 2 open houses at, I guess it was 1 open house, 2 sessions at the Historical Society. There was a great turnout of people there, lots of questions, lots of enthusiasm, a lot of input to allow the community to help guide this process. So again, that was very encouraging to see so many people getting involved and getting excited about the future of our downtown. So.
Good, all right, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we are on to old and new business. Anyone have anything for old and new business? Yes, Vice Mayor Chance.
Brief. I know we talked about it, and Jenna showed a really good video, but the fruits of our labor, it was, it was 2 years of back and forth where I know there was a lot of stressful days, long days, but completely paid off in regards to what we were able to accomplish of retaining tennis here and being out on the grounds. I think I first stepped foot out there in 1980, cleaning the stadium for Mason Youth Football, and look where it is now. It's just absolutely amazing, and what a job that we did to, again, make sure they stayed here, and I think they're pretty happy with their decision as well. So, well done, staff. I mean, I know it's here and it's happening right now, but it's so cool just to see that come to fruition. So, good job.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes.
I want to add on, I guess I received a text message from a resident who lives off of Kings Mill Road, normally has a lot of opportunity areas for us, and he was very complimentary about the way the traffic flow is working during this tennis tournament. He said that it has been much, much better, especially for the residents there. I guess there is not a temporary stop sign on Kings Mill at Fairway Drive this year. Which caused a lot of backup. So he wanted to say thank you to everyone and really good work. So I wanted to pass that along.
Okay. I did notice our traffic is much better this year. You guys did a good job. Okay, anyone else?
Mayor, real quick.
Yes.
I just wanted to address your comments. Thank you for addressing that. We have been doing some things. I think it was in our this is about the article in the Center Point, and about the young man the young Marine who lost his life, was that a year and a half ago, I believe. Very tragic. We're looking to do some things to honor his life. So thank you for coming in and for bringing that up.
And along those lines, so October is when we will be honoring him, and it's going to be a pretty cool program here during council. So I'd highly suggest you come back for that. I think it's going to be pretty special.
Okay. All right, next is recognition of visitors. Would anyone like to come to the podium and speak? No? All right, we're moving on here. All right, next we have an executive session for the acquisition and disposition of property. I need a motion to adjourn into executive session.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Stricula?
Yes.
Mayor Nelson?
Yes.
Councilmember Spaeth?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Chance?
Yes.
Councilmember Bennett?
Yes.
Councilmember Hackey?
Yes.
Councilmember Gibson?
Yes.